A silent, lonely figure in black, she keeps vigil over a long-forgotten buried treasure. The souls of her people can rest. Her own cannot. The Dare the Dark Headless Nun experience every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30, July the 3rd to September the 29th, leaving from the playground side of French Fork Cove, 1111 King George Highway. Tickets purchased on site, $15 a head. Legends never die, neither will the call to Dare the Dark. A presentation of Character Matters, Miramichi.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Corcoran Entertainment Show. I'm your host, Frankie Corcoran. We're here in the first 2 weeks of September, which for all of you people who are going back to school now, hope it's a smooth transition going into the new year. Well, not new year, but new school year. So whether it's university you're going to, whether it's, regular school, whatever it is you're doing, I hope it's a great year for you guys. And just wishes the best of luck. Well, I know I said that during last week's episode, but when that released, there were some people who didn't start right off the bat. But everyone should be back at school now anyway. So even if, EAs, teachers, whatever you guys are back to work, hope it's a great year, and let's keep it that way. Just a couple things before we start today. First off, I want to thank the NBISP, the New Brunswick International Student Program. Sorry, I had to think about what the letters were. The New Brunswick International Student Program for letting me come to their welcome barbecue to all their international students this year. Kind of gave them a little bit of a rundown on what to expect with Corcoran Entertainment, how they can be involved if they want to help out behind the scenes or whatever it is. There's lots of opportunities, and so thank you all for welcoming me with open arms, and had a little bit of response. So thank you all again. And don't hesitate. If some of you are listening to right now, you may have gotten my pamphlet or brochure with my contact info on it. Definitely be sure to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to give you something to do. Find some way for you to be involved. So thank you to all of you who came out and showed some great support. And also for the people who me and some of my fellow actors had partake in helping supervise some of the kids' activities at the Meet the Timberwolves event in downtown Newcastle. Thank you all, anybody who came by and showed some support. Downtown Business District, they do a great job, and they work so hard to put these events on for people, and it certainly pays off. So I just wanted to thank all of you. Thank, again, our awesome sponsor for Corcoran Entertainment, Newcastle Business District, and for just hosting a pretty damn good event. I had a great time. Everyone else had a great time. The weather cooperated. It started to rain a little bit, I think, after we wrapped, but glad that it held off until we were done. So that's a relief. So thank you to Lisa Mitchell, Tiffany Gallivan, the Timberwolves. You guys are great. So anyways, moving on to the show today, guys. I'll be joined by two of my regulars. They're kind of my go-to guys for the show. I can always rely on them no matter what it is. And as I said, because we talk about Batman later on, I said it's almost like I throw a bat signal in the air and they see it and they come to it. You need someone for your podcast? I'm there. Shawn Doucet and Kyle Esty are back on the show today. Chat a little bit about, what's going on in their lives. Kyle got to see Morgan Wallen there a couple months ago, or not that long, about a month ago, I think it was. And talks a little bit about that, if he was disappointed with it. We'll talk a little bit at length about that, because it's actually been a while since we've seen them on the podcast, so kind of see what they've been up to. And later we'll talk a little bit about Joker 2. Now, of course, we've known that Joker 2 is going to be a musical, but now we have reports that it's going to be an all-out musical. What does that mean? Is that good? Is that bad? We'll discuss a little bit of that at length. So there is that, and also later we will talk about these comments from James Gunn. It was a couple weeks back, but they really still hold true because he kind of talked a little bit about the older Batman movies. Had some things to say about them, whether it's good or bad, whatever. People didn't really like what he had to say, so we'll talk a little bit about that, where we stand on it, why we can understand both sides of the equation, and all that good jazz. So anyway, guys, without further ado, enjoy the show today. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Corcoran Entertainment Show. I'm your host, Frankie Corcoran, and today I am joined by two guys who have their cameras shut off currently, but it's okay because this is audio only. I just have mine on because I didn't want them to think that this was AI, Frankie talking. So first off, we have Shawn Doucet.
Hi, I'm glad to be back. I think this is episode 5 of the boys episodes.
I think, well, you did a solo episode back in the summertime, I believe. Kyle wasn't available for that time. But either way, it's great to have you on. We also have Kyle Esty.
Hello.
Good to,
Thanks for having me.
Okay, that's good there. I was going to say, I said just hello. Is that all you got?
No.
So as I just mentioned, AI, I said I definitely wanted to keep my camera on so you guys know that it's not an AI bot talking. Guys, what's your opinion on AI, how that whole thing's going?
I don't know. I've seen so many opinions on it and on so many other podcasts and in the media that some people think it's going to bring about the end of the world. Some people think it's going to revolutionize our way of life. I'm in the middle. I don't know. It could really go either way. We'll have to wait till the technology advances in the next couple of years.
That's all we can do. Kyle, how about you? Where does it stand for you? Do you believe in it, or do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think of that?
I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion. I like when you can listen to a singer, like I see on TikTok all the time. They got AI of singers' voices singing songs. I think that's pretty cool. Songs that they don't actually sing. I think that's cool. But other than that, I don't really have much of an opinion. Okay, I do agree with Kyle. I am biased that way. I'm more in the negative opinion, but the positive of that is, yeah, you can hear Kanye West sing "Hey There, Delilah," and I think it's just absolutely hilarious. But on the other hand, people could use that technology to like get through, I don't know, security or something. It's eventually going to advance to the point where you'd be able to hack into stuff using that.
That's what. That's so true. Kanye West, or I found one the other day. It was Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption singing "Your Man" by Josh Turner. Better lock the door and turn the lights.
Yeah, I thought the video game characters ones were fucking crazy.
Well, they're so well done. There was one of Dutch Vanderland. What was he singing again? I can't remember now. Did you send it to me? You sent me a couple of them. I can't remember now what one.
Yeah, I did. I sent, there was John Marston and Dutch Vanderland, and I think they were doing a duet, singing some song, and I just think that's so wild. It's one thing for actors, but video game characters now too is just so wild.
I just think it works out so well. Well, I mean, that AI I'm cool with. The AI to the point where, as we see what's going on in the real world with the strike and stuff like that, they say, oh, don't worry, we'll get AI to cover this, this person's job kind of thing. It's okay, that right there, I don't agree with, because you're there's people here who are out of a job just because, oh, it's fine, we just have AI, we'll just, use that. I think that's just bullshit. But it's what speaking of AI and doing covers and stuff like that, I saw a couple with doing Morgan Wallen songs who Kyle had just saw live actually a few weeks ago. I think we talked about this last time we were on, about seeing Morgan Wallen in concert. I think it was the last time you were on. Kyle, tell us about what it was like seeing your idol in person.
I was a little let down.
What? How?
Yeah. It just seemed like he didn't want to be there. and I don't know. I was just let down by the show. It was fine, but it wasn't nothing amazing. But I had just seen Guns N' Roses 2 weeks before, and Guns N' Roses were fucking awesome. So
Well, Guns N' Roses, that's a big thing to live up to. Or well, I mean, like the fact that your uncle Glenn Esty, of all people, shout out to you, Glenn, by the way. Glenn went to see Guns N' Roses too. Like that's the fact. The fact that that man went to go see Guns N' Roses, that says a lot. You know what I mean? Like shout out to you,
yeah,
Glenn. We gotta get Glenn on the podcast sometime too, by the way.
rock concerts are just better than country concerts, I think.
I agree with Kyle there.
AC/DC was by far the best concert I ever went to, and nothing will ever compare to it.
Oh my God, that was back in high school, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I was in grade 10 or 9.
Oh, I still remember that because if you guys go on Kyle's Facebook, I think one of his old profile pictures is him at the AC/DC concert with like like a stone face or something like that. Do you remember that, Kyle? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what picture you're talking about.
I should use that to
I
promote the
agree.
episode.
No, I was just thinking back to grade 11. I went to the Billy Talent concert in Moncton, and I definitely would like that better than any country music concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't honestly, there are very few people that I'd pay money to go see. I'm so sad, man. Bill Burr was just in Halifax. I mean, like, that's not a, music concert or anything. My God, man, I would have paid top dollar to see Bill Burr in Halifax. Like, that was, do you guys remember, was I messaging you guys when it was announced that he was going there? I'm like, guys, let's, reserve our tickets now, blah, blah, blah. And then they were all sold out. I think it was.
I wish we could have went. I actually would have liked to went and seen Bill Burr.
God, I would have. Oh my God. Or Kevin Hart in Moncton. Like, holy shit. Do you know how much fun that would have been?
That would have been cool too.
Or I don't know. I wouldn't have paid money for Shania Twain though. Personally, I liked Shania Twain. Wait, Kyle, you didn't go to Shania Twain, did you? Or who do we know that? Who do we know that went to Shania Twain? I thought there was someone in our friend group who did.
I never seen Shania Twain. I wouldn't pay them.
I didn't.
She doesn't sound the same as she used to.
I'd have to get a bank loan after, like, or not. I mean, like, not that they were that expensive, but I was just like, I wouldn't pay that kind of money to see Shania Twain. I could listen to her like literally any time, Apple, like on my phone, YouTube, whatever. I don't need to pay that much money to see her live. That's just my opinion, but
I think if you really like a band or like a singer or a comedian, I think you could watch them or listen to them on YouTube. But if you like I'm a big fan of Billy Talent, and I would go see them again live because I enjoyed them so much the first time I went, even though I like their music.
It really just depends.
Same as comedian. Yeah.
But I mean, like, who knows? I mean, who else is someone that Kyle, who else came to Country Fest this year that was it was
Keith Urban and Thomas Rhett.
Luke Combs wasn't there, was he?
No.
Okay, I felt like Luke Combs was there. He might have been at Cavendish, maybe. That's probably
he was at Cavendish last year.
Oh, last year. Okay, yeah. But I know Kyle would have paid big bucks to see Kane Brown live, though. I know he told me that he wanted to right, Kyle?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Big money.
Okay, Kyle, I think you told people before, but just why don't you like Kane Brown?
Because he's a fucking terrible singer, and he doesn't even sing country. He sings pop music. He's the same as Keith Urban. Keith Urban's no good for nothing. All he does is sing pop music. They don't even make country music.
Well, I'll be honest. Like, I kind of like a little bit of both. What was the song, Sean, we listened to all the time? It was his country rap song that we listened to like literally all the time.
Oh my God, Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Sparks.
It was Country Fried. It was like a mixture of country and rap.
Or Country Folks, or Country Fried.
Yeah, that's Country Folks.
That was like, oh my God, literally anytime we started up the old Sean's old Impala, we would just blare that song. It was like just such a sick...
Going for lunch every day.
Literally going for lunch.
With like 10 people in the car. Fit 4 people in the trunk and 5 in the back.
Oh my God. I think we broke so many rules there. Well, it's fine. If we confess this now, the police will listen to this and come to Sean's house.
Allegedly. There, we're good. Allegedly.
Sean exposes a lot of his crimes on here. Sean, do you remember last time you were on here and you admitted that you were a pirate? Or
allegedly.
Allegedly. So whether that's true or not, you can, take it or leave it. Shawn is a pirate and he, exceeds his car limit by like 5 people. Something like that. Just a thug, just an absolute rebel, but I love it. But yeah, it was funny. So the last time that I had Shawn on here, I was supposed to have Kyle on as well, but we kept pushing it because at that time I got hit with this wicked friggin' flu that when I pushed it off, Kyle wasn't able to do it whenever we delayed it again. So Shawn came on, and now here I am. I'm sick again. I'm coughing and coughing, and I woke up the other morning, no voice. Like I'm in terrible shape. I'm getting better, but how are you guys with like sicknesses this year?
You know what? The literally the past 365 days, I got sick I think 5 or 6 times, and I never ever get sick. Like I get sick like once every 2 years, and this year I got sick 5 times, at least.
Like that's unbelievable. Like, well, now we got this friggin' COVID multivariant too, so now people are even more, they're freaking out about it even more. But
Nobody's freaking out. COVID's over.
no, I'll be honest. I know some people, not me. I don't really give a shit anymore at this point. Like, but like, there's people who were like, "Oh, be careful, COVID's not gone. COVID's not gone." It's like, well, no shit. The cold's still here. The flu's still here. COVID's still here. Like, just deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how I see it. I think this is where I get canceled. By the way, I think someone's gonna listen to this and he's not gonna like what I have to say.
You're gonna be on Facebook, and all the moms are gonna be sharing your picture, saying, and then there's gonna be like a write up of some like girl or guy or somebody, and they're gonna go, Corcoran Entertainment is hands down the most vile, evil, and then just a big smear piece on you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That's gonna happen now.
And it's gonna have like likes and laughs and heart emotes and angry reacts.
You guys are gonna like what, heart react to it or what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. That's what I want to hear. I hope you guys would support, because if I'm going down, you guys are going with me. You guys are on this show too.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. This is AI. This is AI because you guys, I can't see.
Yep. This is AI.
You guys' cameras aren't turned on.
We told the AI to say this. I mean, yeah.
Shawn's innocent of this, I guess now. So, one thing that I wanted to talk about. So for our first primary discussion topic is, so we've known for a while now that Joker 2 is going to be a musical. So of course we have Lady Gaga, who is going to be playing Harley Quinn. We have Joaquin Phoenix, who's coming back as Joker. We've known that it was going to be a musical, but now we are hearing reports. This report is from Games Radar. Joker 2 composer seemingly confirms that the sequel will be an all-out musical. So I'll read a little bit of the article. It seems Joker 2 is shaping up to be an all-out musical after the latest tease from the sequel's composer, Hildur Guðnadóttir, I have no idea how to say that word, sorry, was quizzed recently about how the musical nature of Joker Folie à Deux will impact the score. Speaking to comicbook.com, she said, "All I can say is that there's going to be a lot of music. That's all I can give away. While admittedly this wasn't a huge reveal, it's definitely interesting that we'll be getting a lot of music in the new movie rather than just a few songs." I just want to see if there was anything else. Oh, it's she shared that the musical elements might surprise viewers. I think people will be surprised. I don't think it's going to be what they expect around it being a musical. We all sort of express musically and dancing in our lives day to day. I think it's going to work really well. So Kyle, you saw Joker. I know you're not huge on comic book movies, but you saw Joker. Does this worry you? Does it, make you more excited? What's your take on this?
It's stupid. Why would they do that? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I watched the first Joker movie. It was really good. It was super good actually, because it was like real life almost. And then I don't know why they would do this. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
And Kyle, you're not a fan of Lady Gaga, by the way, too. I heard that before.
No, I hate Lady Gaga.
Even as an actress?
Yeah, she's terrible.
So you didn't see A Star Is Born then?
I seen it.
And you thought she was bad?
Yeah, she was terrible in it.
Man, I thought she was fantastic. Well, I was skeptical because I'm like, Lady Gaga, I'm so used to her being, Lady Gaga singing and stuff like that. And here she is in a movie with Bradley Cooper, I said, yeah, this is going to go well. And I was blown away by it. I thought it was fantastic. And so I
No.
heard about her being Harley Quinn. I think this is a great idea, but I might not be in the popular opinion on this. Sean, how about you?
I gotta start by saying, because Kyle told me before the episode started, my opinion isn't valid on Joker because I haven't seen Joker, and I agree with him. So I'm gonna start by saying I, I'm in the middle because I've been wrong before about movies. So I'm gonna be like, oh, that movie's gonna be shit, but then the movie comes out and has probably the best written script straight out of the hands of like God himself. It's just, and then the movie ends up being real good when everybody thought it was gonna be terrible. But then I've also seen movies that were hyped up, they were gonna be the best movie ever, and just fall just flat. I think with the right script and like the way they do it, and then like from like all the cinematography and like I don't know, I think they can pull it off. But it's gonna be, it can't just be him going around like singing like la 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 la, killing people, and like it has to be like, it has to mean something. You know what I mean?
No, like 100%. Like my only fear is because the thing I love so much about the first Joker is that it felt so real. Like it was like, yes,
Yeah.
it was a comic book movie, but it literally felt like we were watching like just the story
Someone go
of just
mentally insane.
yes, exactly. And that's what I think was so fantastic. So my only fear is that they kind of forget that and they just turn it into this big goofy. That's my only fear, but I know with Todd Phillips involved, Joaquin Phoenix agreed to come back, so they don't come back if it's not good. So you got him to agree to come back. But I mean, another fear that I have going into is because obviously they didn't plan to do another Joker. It was just the Joker was supposed to be a one and done, do it. It's in the can. They're not doing anymore. But then once it hit $1 billion, that's when everything kind of changes. And they're like, okay, well, we kind of have to do a sequel now. Well, they didn't have to, but financially, you could not do a sequel after that.
But that's the same with the Batman, the new Batman with Robert Pattinson. That was supposed to just be a one and done, and then it did really well. And they're like, well, shit, we. And I'm a little disappointed with the Joker because I thought maybe like maybe they could bring over Joaquin Phoenix's Joker to face Robert Pattinson's Batman, and I thought that would be cool because they're both pretty grounded in reality.
Mm.
Like I find this Batman was the most grounded to like reality, as much as a Batman movie could be.
Yes.
And I know
absolutely.
so I know Joker was as well.
I'm sure there's plenty of people who dress up as a bat and, fly around the city using grappling hooks. I'm sure that happens every day here.
Oh my god.
Come on, it must happen at least twice a day. I
You know
think.
what? In I think it was in Seattle. I was on a night shift working one time, and I was real bored. And I was just, you know how you get like cruising deep in the internet at night, and you're just like looking at all this different stuff on YouTube or like Google. Like you're googling like the Egyptians. How did they die? Where did they go? Where did they come from? And I found one. It was a documentary about a guy called Phoenix Jones. Have you ever heard of Phoenix
Alex
Jones?
Jones. Can't say I have. No.
He was like this. He was a real life superhero fighting crime. He had a full suit, full everything. I forget. I forget what his actual hero like persona was. I think maybe it was Phoenix Jones, but his real name was something different. And anyway, he did good for a while, and then he started like the criminals or people that he was attacking. He started pepper spraying them, and then just
Oh, your mic's muted.
he got arrested for possession and trafficking of cocaine.
Holy shit! You
And
serious?
yeah, but before that, he unmasked himself at City Hall. Like he held a press conference in Seattle. Like look it up. It's called The Rise and Fall of Phoenix Jones.
The Rise and Fall of Phoenix Jones. Okay, I gotta check this out now. This is actually insane. This is literally something that would happen in like a Batman movie. If you
Man, I think it's like a 35 or 45-minute documentary.
Jesus, I gotta check this out now. Actually, that's actually The Rise and Fall of Phoenix Jones. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go check that out. And we'll do We'll do an in-depth analysis in some episode.
Yeah, I actually think we should. I think it'd be a great segment.
That'd be really
Anyway,
good, actually. I think. But I mean, going back to Joker, I can't remember where we were. Oh, great. Where as you say, once a movie hits $1 billion, that's where everything kind of gets, okay, now the idea of not doing a sequel is thrown out the window, and now you're doing a sequel. And as you said, same with Robert Pattinson's The Batman. I guess they plan to do a one and done kind of thing, and it did really, really good at the box office. I don't think it cracked $1 billion though. I think it cracked just under.
No, it didn't.
But it was still very, very. I mean, it definitely made more than the Flash. Just saying.
Well, yeah, but shortly after the movie came out, because I Googled it just to see if they might have renewed it or had plans for a sequel, and I think it was just a week after the movie came out, and they were like, "Yeah, it's planned for the distant future."
Yeah, and it's coming out in 2025, I believe, the Batman Part 2, which I'm super
Yeah.
stoked for. Before we continue, we'd like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Newcastle Business District. The Newcastle Business District continues to promote, develop, and enhance our downtown business area through community projects, promotions, and economic development. It was first created in 1983 under the name Newcastle Business Association and was renamed Downtown Miramichi Business Network. This was following Newcastle's incorporation into the new city of Miramichi in 1999. In 2006, it was renamed again to Newcastle Business District. Despite the many changes in its name over the years, the organization's goal has always remained the same, which is to further enhance the active growth of the downtown business community. Newcastle Business District. Shop downtown Newcastle. I love that new Batman movie. And yeah, hopefully, I mean, I have complete confidence. Well, if you ask me, what do I have more confidence in, the Batman Part 2 or the Joker 2? I'm going to say the Batman 2 I have the most confidence in. I still have confidence for Joker 2. I do think it's, while we have a little bit of trepidations going into it, because, I mean, all out musical where the first one was so serious and dark. We just don't want this to be kind of a nosedive. But I'm thinking, I'm not going to get my hopes up, because I could say, oh, no, don't worry, guys, it's going to be great. And it's glob of shit. Who knows? But we'll kind of wait it out and see how it turns out. But the fact that it's going to be an all-out musical, not just a musical, an all-out musical. Kyle, first off, how was your excitement level for Joker 2 before this? Is this your first time finding out that there's even going to be a sequel? Or if you were excited, has this changed your excitement level? How does this work?
No, I knew. I heard there was going to be a sequel, and then I just heard that they hired Lady Gaga, and I think she's literally insane anyway. So I was like, you know what? She fits the role good for who she's playing. And then I heard it was a musical, and now I really don't care at all about it. I'm not going to go see that and waste my money to go see some stupid musical. There's never been a good musical ever made. Musicals are stupid, and they shouldn't be a thing.
Kyle, you just insulted every theater kid.
Oh, they're stupid. There's no
man.
point. It takes away from the whole story of the movie.
It depends on what it is. It depends on the musical.
It doesn't depend on anything.
What if Lion King wasn't a musical? Would you have still liked Lion King? Or did you like Lion King?
I didn't like Lion King to begin with.
You did? Oh, you son of a bitch. What musicals did you actually like for the story?
None.
Any of them?
I'm
None?
telling you, there's
no
not
Aladdin,
that I've ever liked.
Really? I find that
Really?
hard to believe. I feel like Kyle sings Lion King songs in his sleep or something.
No, I have not liked a single musical ever. I think it's stupid that they would include that. It's something like a toddler would like.
Okay, so I'm a toddler, I guess. I like musicals.
No, I'm just saying, it's like when they used to sing in Barney and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you just haven't grown out of that, so you still like when they sing in movies.
Also, guys, off topic. I know we're talking about Joker. Did you guys know that they're making a Barney movie? Like how Barbie, they made a Barbie movie. They're actually doing one for Barney.
I didn't know that.
Just gonna be a purple T-Rex killing everybody.
Jurassic Park with Barney. I love you. Fucking kill everybody.
Holy shit.
Off topic, but Sean, did you watch the UFC fight last night?
No.
Don't you love Izzy?
I do. Israel Adesanya is probably one of my favorite fighters in the UFC.
How do you like him?
I don't know. He's just a good fighter. Like I like him and I like his personality.
Man, he got smoked last night.
Oh, he did. He
Yeah, he
lost?
lost the title.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes me really upset.
He was like he was like the heavy betting favorite to win the fight, and he did absolutely nothing last night. It was so awesome.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
I don't feel bad for him
You'll
one
feel
bit.
bad for him.
He's so weird. The things he's done. Oh,
We'll
to
do a
his dog.
UFC episode too. But so with that doubt, we'll move on from the Joker topic. We talked about that for a bit. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment or on social media, the polls on Spotify. What do you think? Has your excitement level increased for Joker 2? Has it lowered? Let us know what you think. So still talking about DC movies. So you guys know James Gunn, of course, is taking over or has taken over Disney, or not Disney. He left Disney for DC. Now he's the head of DC Studios. None of his movies have come out yet. Like he's they're working on Superman Legacy. They're working on he's working on a new Batman movie. And so something that people have been overanalyzing is these recent comments where James Gunn was talking about his opinions on the old Batman movie. So one right here, he said Keaton did have a ridiculous voice. That said, I'd rather put up with a ridiculous voice than with the horrible action sequences and acting barely worthy of the Batman TV show. I have no idea how you can think that the Burton Batman has more similarities with Moore or Miller's Batman and Joker than Nolan's does. And listen, I have problems with both Nolan's films. I don't think that either one is a classic, and I don't ever really think Batman Begins is good, but they're far superior to the first Batman. There's lots more or like this one right here. Tim Burton Batman is poorly written. The soundtrack is the worst work of everyone involved, and it is absolutely one of the most boring films ever. And on top of everything, the dark creature of the night can't even move his fucking neck. Give me a fucking break. It's a ridiculous, awful film. Burton's Planet of the Apes is genius in comparison. So the reason why people have stuck with that is because now, of course, James Gunn is the new head of DC with Peter Safran. Shawn, what's your opinion? First off, do you agree with his criticisms about those? I mean, like Batman Begins and the Tim Burton movies.
I agree. Like looking back, you can see like I I have such a mixed opinion. Like yes, I do agree with some of his comments, but then those were the stepping stones of superhero movies coming to be mainstream and like because back then like I don't know, it wasn't as like I feel like superheroes weren't as prevalent as they were today. Like superhero movies, and I feel like you can't like I understand where he's coming from, and I respect him as a director. Most of what he directed, I like I'd say a good 95% of what he's directed I like, but I just you can't ignore the stepping stones that got you to this point. Like sure, some of them, a lot of the Batman have been for better, for worse, like shit or good, depending on the acting and the year they were made. But that's what got us here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, I know it's easy for people to say now, well, because now really the other side of this too is that the pressure is on James Gunn now because him saying that, okay, I mean, like as you said, that like those movies built the foundation on like the Christopher Nolan films, like them doing the Tim Burton ones, like
And his
Christopher Nolan
comment,
did.
Christopher Nolan is the Dark Knight trilogy, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And he didn't like. I can't believe he didn't like that. I felt it was like super realistic.
Yeah, well, Batman Begins, I will say Batman Begins had a lot of problems. I will say that. I thought Batman Begins, the action, the fight sequences were a mess. I thought it was all close-ups. It just looked, sometimes I had no idea what was going on. I like Liam Neeson. I didn't really like the Ra's al Ghul, him as a villain. I wasn't really a fan of him. But The Dark Knight, of course, I mean, Kyle can agree with that. That's like one of the greatest films ever made, in my opinion. Kyle, is it still up in one of your greatest of all time, or?
Yeah,
It is
100%.
absolutely. Yeah. But like but now the pressure's on James Gunn now too, because I mean, yes, like he has his own opinions on this. He's the head of DC. I understand. Like, actually, I don't really get why people are giving him shit. He's just expressing his opinion. But I think people are going to hold him to this. If he makes this new Batman movie and it's shit, people are going to go back to this and be like, oh, you made a shitty Batman movie and that you're complaining about Tim Burton. So I think the pressure is on him in that way, where it's like, okay, you should have bit your tongue in that situation. But I mean, it's expressing your opinion. I mean, Kyle, what do you think? Do you think he's justified in those comments, or?
No, he's a dumbass. I'm literally looking right now at all the movies that he directs, that he's ever directed, and he has no right to say any of that shit because he hasn't directed a good movie. I don't like a single one that he's directed.
Guardians of the
I think he's
Galaxy.
an
Now,
idiot.
Kyle, I know you're biased because you're not a big fan of Marvel. I know that. So just, try to keep that in mind.
Yeah, but it's stupid. Like he writes these little fairy tale movies. Like, like it's stupid. He can't say nothing. I'm looking at the movies he made. Dawn of the Dead. Okay, that one might be decent. He was a part of Scooby Doo 1 and Scooby Doo 2.
Oh
live
man,
action
Okay,
classic.
that
Listen,
tells
hey,
you.
hey, listen. Scooby Doo 1 and 2 were unreal.
He was a writer for them. He wasn't director or producer.
Still.
But
But
see, like him being a
that's
writer,
fine.
I feel like he'll be peculiar with like making the new Batman movie and like all the new movies that he is in charge of making. I think
Okay, let's
he'll be.
compare then. One sec, I'm going to compare something. Since Frankie is all about critical reviews. So, Scooby Doo has a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now let's go Batman. We'll go 19. We'll go the original one with Michael
1989.
Keaton. 1989. Okay. Let's see. It won an Academy Award for Best Production Design. What rating? 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. So James Gunn should shut the hell up. He don't know nothing. He don't know his head from his ass.
Well, I say my favorite movie of the year this year was Guardians Volume 3. And James Gunn
Okay.
wrote and directed that. I absolutely loved what he did with Guardians 3. He makes the thing I love about James Gunn. I'm sure there's other directors who could do this. Like, I mean, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Guardians 3, but you made everyone bawl their eyes out over seeing a talking raccoon's backstory.
Okay.
I think
The Dark Knight, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Then we go back to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. So he should shut the hell up and focus on making a better movie if he thinks he can do better, because none of his movies have compared to that rating.
So is the pressure on him then to make a good Batman movie?
No, I think he's irrelevant. If he thought those were bad, he should not even be a part of Warner Brothers and making these movies. Like he should literally
just
fuck.
just
He
out of
should
curiosity,
literally
what's
fucking
the,
quit his job. He should quit his
what's the
job and go work at McDonald's.
what's the IMDb or not IMDb? What is the Rotten Tomatoes review for the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight Rises is 89 and The Dark Knight is 94.
Oh my god!
Okay,
He's
I'll be
calling
honest.
them
Dark
bad.
Knight Rises,
Listen,
think, doesn't deserve the hate it gets. I think it is a good movie. It has problems, but I don't think it deserves to be as hated as it is.
you know what I think? I think Frankie, you try to look at the bright side. Kyle is more grounded in reality, and I am somewhere in the middle. And we we are the best for critical reviews because we look at all the sides.
Well, look, I'm not afraid to say when a movie's bad. Batman v Superman, I was so excited for that, and it was shit. So there's that.
I like it from a comic book.
It was better than anything James Gunn has ever made.
Even Slither. Did you see Slither? It's got Michael Rooker in it.
No, I don't know who Michael Rooker is.
That's Merle from Walking Dead, and he's Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
He did a movie with James Gunn called Slither. It was really, really good. But no, I mean, I do love James Gunn. I do like James Gunn a lot. I think he's a great filmmaker. Kyle can shoot that down all he wants. I'm a fan of James Gunn. I don't think he's wrong. I mean, like,
he's wrong. He's wrong.
If he was saying, I mean, like, I guess we
he's
can't
wrong.
really say opinions are wrong because I mean they're
His opinion is wrong. The facts speak for themselves. It has 94%. No movie gets that high. The facts speak for themselves. He is wrong.
I want to see just Kyle. You should do a podcast of you just going through all these movies and going, "This sucks. This sucks."
Call it angry movie critic.
Yes,
I should.
Kyle should take over the nostalgia critic. Is he still doing videos?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who the nostalgia critic is? Yeah, no, he does all the old. He critiques nostalgia. That's his thing. He's on YouTube. Doug Walker. He's really funny, but you should take over for him if he's plans on retired soon. But I'm just holy fuck. But I mean, as I said, I think he's okay to share his opinion.
No, he's not.
No, but now the pressure is on because people will.
The pressure's not on because he's wrong.
Well, no, people will go. The reason the pressure is on is because now that he's making a new Batman movie, he's got to be able. Oh, okay, this has to be the best Batman movie that's ever been made ever. So now the pressure is on him to justify him saying this. You know what I mean? That's where I stand on it.
So why is he making another Batman movie while the Robert Pattinson movies are coming out?
I think it's just two different universes.
Okay, they're not going to scrap the second Batman movie because he's in charge now?
No, well, I think it's two different entities kind of. Well, kind of where there's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's its own thing, and then of course there's a Tom Holland one still with the MCU, like that kind of thing. Like that's kind of how how they're working. So they'll have two different ones going at the same time. But yeah, since James Gunn's now building this whole. He basically has to rebuild DC from scratch because of all the atrocities that have happened. Especially The Flash was a good movie, but it bombed and lost the studio. I
feel like this is their last chance. Like if they can't fix it with James Gunn, then they're done.
Exactly. That's why he's got a lot of work. I mean, like obviously running a studio is no easy job in and of itself, but now he's got to win the audience over. Like that's a huge.
I also feel like Ben Affleck was not a good Batman at all.
I think he wasn't the best. I still liked his Batman. He's not my favorite, but I like Robert Pattinson's better than his for sure. Like there's no question.
I found Robert Pattinson. He was a breath of fresh air when it came to Batman.
He really, really was. His Bruce Wayne could have been better, I will say that. But overall, Robert Pattinson's a fantastic Batman. Kyle, where do you stand on that whole thing? Robert Pattinson's Batman. You liked him?
Yeah, he was all right.
You did. That's good.
They were all good. I don't know. The only ones that weren't good was George Clooney and that other lad.
Who did appear in The Flash, by the way. George Clooney had a cameo at the end of The Flash, which is super funny. Who knows? That could be setting up something. We'll see what goes on with that. But that was funny.
The Flash 2.
The Flash 2 with Ezra Chokehold Miller. Maybe he should be the next Batman.
We'll have Ezra Miller on the podcast talking about his many charges.
My God. If I had Ezra Miller on here, I would oh Jesus. I might be done. He might try to kill me too. Like, can you imagine?
He's
I'm
actually
sure if I want to be near him. Oh, sorry, I just went quiet for a second. So yeah, guys. So for that discussion, feel free to let us know your thoughts on social media with regards to, is the pressure on James Gunn now? He's got to make a good Batman movie now, because I mean, after what he said, this is a lot to he's got his work cut out for him now. So anyways, guys, we're gonna call it there for the show today. I want to thank my two regulars who always come on. Speaking of Batman, it's like the bat signal. I shoot the bat signal up in the sky, and they come and they say, "Yeah, we'll do the podcast." So, thank you guys again for coming on as always, and I'm sure you will be back eventually. I would hope so. Right?
100th episode, baby.
100th episode. Yes, we were just
100th
talking about
episode
that,
special. 100 episodes.
Tease that now. It's coming up soon because this is episode 87.
100 episode special.
Kyle, how come you messaged in the group saying hi? You can just talk.
I didn't. I was figuring out how the Zoom thing works.
Oh, I just look and Kyle just messages the chat hi. I'm like, fuck no, you can just talk to us. So
I think we should make a group chat for the 100th episode and
This is
You know what? Actually, for the
hilarious.
100th episode, I think you should do a poll on your social media of like what should be the next episode, like, or the 100th episode topics.
Yes. Ooh, that's a good topic. Actually, I should put that on social media. I should do that.
You should 100%.
I should do that. Okay, I'll put that on social media because I mean, big 100th episode. Not every podcast. Some podcasts start for like 2 episodes, and then
And it might be a live live episode would be great.
ooh, see, we got lots of ideas now. We still got lots of time, so we'll definitely think about it. You guys definitely be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you want to see for the 100th episode? Shawn and Kyle will definitely be back for then, if not sooner. But they're always down to do whatever I do. And I always appreciate it, boys. So thank you guys both again for coming on. Do you have any final words to say to the audience?
Get ready for the 100th episode. It's going to be great. 100th episode extravaganza.
That's what I'll call it then.
Yeah. You should do the hot wings again.
Oh, Jesus.
I pass.
No,
Yeah,
you need to do it.
What I
because
offered Shawn that.
wants to do it.
Okay. Episode 99.5 can be you guys doing hot wings. Not episode 100. Oh, come on.
No,
Okay.
Shawn, you got to do it too.
I can't.
I still
Okay,
remember
if
I
the
first told
fans
Shawn
want it,
about that.
If the fans want it, we'll leave a poll.
Okay, that's our poll. That's a poll for today. Should Shawn do the hot wings? We'll do that. Hopefully, we get a good response on it. So
I hope not. Don't vote.
we'll see where people stand on it. But thank you guys again for coming on. And so guys, we will actually know because we just did the whole episode now. So that's it for the show today, guys. Thank you to Shawn and Kyle for coming on, and I'll see you guys next week. But until then, this is Frankie, Shawn, and Kyle signing off. Take her easy, boys.
See ya.
See ya.